I don't have a whole lot of faith that this is going to work. I'm using a microphone that is pretty suspect. But anyway, so I bought some snooker balls, some real snooker balls, 2 1/16 instead of 2 1/4 inch diameter, and no numbers on them. Obviously, I'm not a snooker player. I'm barely a pool player sometimes, but I don't do too unbelievably shabby this time around. That was just a practice swing, so pay no attention to that. The Brits call this a break off, not a break shot. What they call a break is what Americans would just call like an inning. So I'm trying to make a red and then a color, and then a red and then a color. Basic snooker stuff. I need to figure out how to get the scores on here. So the break or the non-breaker guy has 1 point because he got 1 point for that red. Now he has 8 points because he got another 7 for that black. I'm not going to keep track of this. I'm trying right now, but I'm not going to keep track of it. The black spot's up. This ball will still fit, kind of barely, but it will fit. So now that's 9 points for this guy. Perfectly straight in on this 8. I remember this. But it's a pool table, not a snooker table. So I can just draw back and then play that red way up in the corner. And now I've already lost track of the score, so that's to be expected. We'll just see. I would love to be able to keep playing reds and then blacks, but I can't because I don't have the right angle to get back for the black. So essentially, my choices here are try to bump into that pink, which is stupid, or just basically just shoot a stop shot as close as I can, and play for the blue ball, and that's what I'm going to do. After deliberating for a bit, I just keep going, and I'm enjoying this. And it's a cue sport, so it's still fun for me. It's not pool, but it's still a cue sport, so it's still fun for me. I've noticed that snooker is a lot like straight pool, except you kind of always have an insurance shot, which makes it easier, but it makes it harder because the pockets are ridiculously huge and the tables are ridiculously huge and the pockets have those goofy curved openings to make shots really tough. That ball that I just shot way up in the corner, I would not have tried that on a snooker table. I certainly wouldn't have made it on a snooker table. I think I have to break out some balls here. Yeah, I'm just trying to break them out a little bit, see if I can. Yeah, I have a couple of reds that are possible makes, but not very damn likely, and almost impossible to shoot a red and get shaped for the black. I always want to get shaped for the black because that's 7 points, and I think, well, that's 7 is better than everything else. So, but I cannot shoot any red and get shaped for the black reliably. So this, I can just slice it in, and it looks like I played for the blue again, or the green, or the brown, or maybe even the yellow way up there. I'm gonna come around here and I'm gonna look at the black. Hey, can I see that darn ball? I think I can. Yeah, if I remember right now, I can see that darn ball. If I can see it, I may as well shoot at it. I'm shooting 2 1/16 inch balls into 4.5 inch pockets. Um, as long as I'm fairly decent with what's going to happen with squirt and all that, because the balls are different. This is a much higher percentage shot for me with these balls than with pool balls. So I may as well shoot it. See what happens. Come all the way up table. But I only need to play shape for that one red there to the left of the stack. And I got shape for that. I'm trying to remember. I'm going to miss at some point. I think this is where I miss. I don't remember for sure though. But just trying to make this ball and essentially trying to get lucky. I can't draw out of this, but I can try to follow through and get a shot at the black. I think that's what I'm going to try to do is try to follow through and get a shot at the black. And I did. So that was pretty cool. That black will go to the right corner pocket. I have plenty of other reds to play shape for. Of course, I'm not going for a 147 here because it hasn't been all reds and all blacks. But I'm kind of going for like a total clearance. I guess I'm always going for a total clearance. Spoiler alert, I'm not going to get a total clearance. Well, I'm going to try. I think I have to lay on the rail. No, I was thinking I needed to lay on the rail for that, but I didn't. I'm trying to figure out what to do. The two balls that are kind of near each other, they'll both go at the far end of the table, but neither one of them will go here at the near end of the table. So I'm trying to think about what I want to do with those guys. Oh, left-handed shot. I don't remember shooting that. I think I'm just waiting to get lucky and get a good angle to try to break that pair of balls up. I could, cause if these were pull balls, I could break out that pair right now, probably. Oh, and I tried, but clearly I missed the 8 or missed the black. Can't call it the 8; it's the black. And now I'm actually going to go right down on my board because that was a pretty decent little run for me. It's Friday night when I record this. I got these balls Wednesday afternoon. I've been playing with them since then. Like I said, it's a cue sport, so it's fun for me. So now I'm the other guy. I'm back to the guy that broke, basically. I'm the breaker. Start your inning with red, and then start alternating. So I'm thinking, well, I'm not going to get a total clearance my first turn at the table, but doing a total clearance in only 2 turns at the table isn't too shabby. I can live with myself if that's what happens. I guess I can live with myself no matter what happens, but you know what I mean. And everything is spread out and open, all that. In snooker, that one red that's over against the long rail on the right side of the screen, in snooker, those guys would be panicking about that shot because it's a very hard shot in snooker with the curved pocket openings. But in pool, it's not a big deal. So I'm just trying to just figure out a way to maneuver these balls around, shoot a red, then the black, then a red, then the black. If I can't get on the black or red, then the color won't kill me. I'm just trying to clear them. I'm not trying to maximize my points. I don't know what the score is of this game. I'm not any good at that yet. I may never be that good at keeping score in snooker while I'm actually in the middle of the game. Barely bumped that ball. If I hadn't bumped that ball, if I'd stuck to it, I would be done. But I bumped it, so I get to keep shooting. Those are the rules. Starting to try a little bit about plan my route for these last 2 balls, knowing that after all the reds are gone, I have to shoot the yellow, which is way up table on the left. I have to start shooting them in sequence once all the reds are gone. So basically just trying to say what's the best way to get through these balls for me. And keeping in mind that I don't know what I'm doing with these balls. It's kind of a guess. How much are they going to squirt? How much are they going to carry them? Um, I screw up my draw on these shots a lot. And that's actually what's going to cause the end of this particular run. Is I'm going to try to draw the ball and I'm just going to completely fail to do what I need to do. I can shoot a red, then a blue. Red and black is always preferable to me, I guess, but there's no law. I could shoot a red and then blue, and that's what I did. I don't like this ball on the rail from this angle, not because the shot is all that tough, but because I'm not sure if I'm going to hit the pink ball as I come across or not. So I'm choosing not to shoot it. This is a case right here where I'm not going to get the draw I need. I mean, heck, I almost scratched on that shot. Draw would have been fine. This is another shot. I don't know what the carams are going to do. On pool, this would be like a dead scratch in the side. I don't think it is in this case, but I'm not sure. It's pretty close to a dead scratch in the side, but it wasn't. I got lucky. I'm not like all of a sudden the snooker expert. I got lucky on that. I probably would have been better off putting a little bit of bottom or something to make sure I didn't scratch, but I didn't do that either. I'm gonna put some side spin on the shot, which is going to make me a little bit nervous, but relatively big pockets compared to the balls. Now, I'm really going to screw this up because I'm at the easy part of the game. The colors clearance is something even I can do most of the time, but you have to get shaped for that yellow. So I'm just trying to draw back and hit it like an old woman who's invalid or something bad. I hit it like something like somebody that can't draw the ball. And so I'm basically going to go and feel sorry for myself a little bit here. And that'll be it. I don't know what the score of this game is. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, I am going to try to kick at it. May as well try. Sometimes people get lucky, even in snooker, but I do not. And so that's that. I don't know if that was exciting or interesting, but it was a video.